Today as a church we celebrate Epiphany. Epiphany is a day when we remember that the wise men were guided by a star to meet Jesus. A day when we remember that there were people who, just like you and me, were not Jewish like Jesus, and they looked for Jesus, and when they found him, they knew they had met someone very important, someone who would change the world. You've likely heard about We Three Kings of Orient Are, and maybe you've sung the song. They likely were not kings, though, but very wise men who likely worked for kings, smart people who studied scripture and had been watching for a star that would tell them of the birth of a king. And sure enough, at the time that Jesus was born in Bethlehem, there was a bright star in the sky. The wise men lived very far away from where Jesus was born, but they packed up and started their journey, going over hills and mountains, through deserts and fields, following the star until it led them to Jerusalem. Jerusalem was an important city, and they thought certainly a king would be born in a city, in a palace. The wise men asked the people of Jerusalem about the new king, the king of the Jews, but the people didn't know anything about an important baby being born. There was a king already. His name was King Herod. And do you think he was happy to hear about a new king? Not at all. He was very upset because he didn't want anyone else to be king. King Herod asked the teachers and priests what they knew about this baby who would be king. They told him and the wise men that God said a baby would be born in Bethlehem. Herod told the wise men to go find this baby and come back and tell him so he could also meet this new king. The wise men continued on their journey, following the star. The star soon stopped over a little house. The wise men went in and saw baby King Jesus with his mother. They bowed their heads to the ground before Jesus and gave the beautiful and expensive gifts that they had brought from their homes for King Jesus: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The wise men had been told by God in a dream not to go back to King Herod, so they went home another way. The wise men were from an entirely different country than Jesus, and they were able to see him and know that he is special and to be worshipped. We can also come to Jesus, no matter who we are or where we come from. It doesn't matter where you were born, who your parents are, if you are rich like the wise men or poor like the shepherds. We come with open arms to receive the gift of Jesus.